All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out Beaufort's sample set number 2, Revenants. I grabbed this because I wanted to smell Rake and Ruin and Terra Magnificence, and I feel like Rake and Ruin is maybe one of their more extreme ones from what I've heard. I have a few friends on YouTube here that have been reviewing these, especially Rake and Ruin and Terra Magnificence. So I'm definitely checking this out. I've been smelling these for about a few weeks now. It comes sealed, so you know that nobody messed with it. It's got their proprietary kind of tape on it, and then it's sealed, and you open it up, and I still haven't decoded this thing in here. I don't know what this says or is supposed to do, and I couldn't really figure it out. It looks like it says EFLO or EFIO or EFD or something, and I just don't understand it. It's got a filigree with an S too around it, so I really couldn't figure it out, guys. Let me know if you did. So this fragrance set has Iron Duke, Rake and Ruin, Terror and Magnificence, Acrasia, and Absent Presence. And I was looking forward most to Rake and Ruin and Absent Presence and Terror and Magnificence. The other two were just bonus points, and I'm actually happy to have smelled all of them. So I'm gonna go start this off with Terror Magnificence. Now this immediately reminded me of a fragrance that I've smelled, but it is its own thing. The best thing I could compare Terror Magnificence to is just the clear juice right here. Decent little sprayer. I'm not really too happy with the sprayer, but it'll do. So let's throw that over there. Boozy, dark woods, immediately dense fragrance. The smoke in this is sort of in the background and more of like a fog with it. It's not outright smoky. The closest thing I've smelled to this is Javoy's private label, and it's very downstream to each other. They're not the same thing, but like they're in that direction. If you've smelled private label, whiskey immediately comes up for me when I think of private label, and it gives me that imaginative kind of combination of things that come together to smell a little bit like a whiskey barrel, but not like a new whiskey barrel, like an old one in an abandoned basement. There's a bitter layer to this. There's dark woods. I don't really get too much of an earth or soil from it. I'd say that it has wearable layers, but overall this is not very easy to wear, but it's not also very difficult to wear. It is actually, I'd say, right in the middle. Like someone could definitely pull this off. It has this pop and like lift to it, and then it has this dark layer. Very interesting here. Atmospheric for sure. Has a really good texture, and I like the boozy nose feel on it. With me, I don't really ever smell whiskey outright. I just don't get like a, oh wow, that's whiskey, but I do get like a nose feel with it. It almost tastes to me like a different kind of experience than identifying a smell. Things kind of have a nose feel, like a texture to me. I'd say the colors on this are like a super dark, overcast kind of forest, sort of like the sun is just about going down, and you have this kind of constructed like stone hut, but inside the hut there were people there recently and they're not there. Just very imaginative greens, dark browns, that kind of a color to this, but also something kind of alive. I don't really know how to explain it too much beyond that. This is one of those fragrances you want to experience, and I'd say it does have this gothic kind of Dark Souls-y kind of thing, like Dark Souls 3 total vibes. Totally get that from this. I like this fragrance. Now this fragrance house is kind of, to me, that heaviness. These are like, hell yeah, heavy fragrances. And I know that the owner of the company is the old drummer from Prodigy, the legendary Prodigy. Very, very good. Terra Magnificence is wearable. I don't really get anything off-putting. Let's say it's dark, smoky, just a touch of smokiness though. It's more of like a gray cloud that's with this fragrance. I like it. It's easy to wear. I feel like it's not too bad. Let's check out Rake and Ruin. Let's go right into this one. Now this one, you guys are gonna get a good laugh with me. Every time I smell this one, I get the same opening. And I wrote my notes down for the first time I sprayed this and the first time I smelled it. This is Rake and Ruin. little 5 ml here. It's actually a lot. Like the strength of this one particularly, it doesn't really want to go away. It's very tenacious fragrance. Yeah, so when I spray this at the beginning, I get, if you guys have ever had a lettuce wrap with a very charred burger and you bite it and you smell that fresh cracked lettuce and that charred smoky meat, I get that from this immediately every single time. There's nothing that I could do to get that out of my head when I first smell this. There's something bitter in that green aspect, like a very light green bitter, almost like a vetiver kind of thing, but it doesn't really reveal itself in that way. This is one of those ones where everything's sort of so cohesive, but it's also very extreme. And as you wear it, you're gonna get all these different kind of little journeys that it takes you on, all these little rabbit holes that it takes me down. 100% the most dramatic fragrance in this set, and one of the many dramatic fragrances I've smelled so far. Now I can't avoid that crisp lettuce snapping and smoked meat burning. It's not like you're standing next to a fire, but there is like smoke in the air, and it's like that smoke that when you stand next to it or it's in the air, like permeates into your clothing and you can't get it out of your clothing. That's the smoky kind of texture that you get from this. But it has layers. It has a bitter layer. It has a animalic layer, like almost urine within it. Like it's hidden in it. It's very, very coy with how they did that. They kind of sly put that in there. It has a grassy green layer to it as well, a vegetal layer to it, and then living organism layer. It's very cohesive. Even though it's extreme, it's very cohesive. And this is another one I did in my impression here. Some of my first impressions of this one were burger, crisp lettuce, charred meat, bathroom, smoky, vegetable, bodies, layers, bitter, smoky layer, wet wood, darkness like night, and peppery, and burning. Those were my initial notes when I smelled it. And I have to agree, but there's this one defining kind of focal center of this fragrance, and it is that smoky, charred smell. That it smells like a living, smoky thing, like something living that might be burning. Very, very interesting. Rake and Ruin is a tenacious scent as well. It doesn't leave the strip. It doesn't leave when you spray it on. It wants to stay on you. It's very strong. So if you want a beast mode sort of fragrance, I'd say that is one. It is very imaginative and super gothic. It is meant to transport you to like the 1800s or 1700s, and it's meant to kind of convey debauchery in an 18th century kind of seaport town. I could see where this goes there. So if you guys want to have a real trip, Rake and Ruin is a trip. And I wouldn't say it smells bad at all. Actually, it's pretty well done, but a lot of you are going to not want to wear that to a lot of occasions. Absent Presence is the one that I thought would fit me the most out of the whole set. I like this one. I'm going to spray it for you. Absent Presence, just this clear little stuff right here. I forget what the actual brief was on this, but it's nice. Like, it's really nice. Like, it's an incensey green, kind of has an acidity to it. I feel like it has this petrol kind of twist to it. And moody, mature. It's a mature smelling fragrance. It's a moody smelling fragrance, but it's not challenging at all. It does remind me of something that I could wear. Something that I don't have. And it's very green smoke. Very woods. Like, it smells like you're actually out in the dark woods and you are smelling pine. But not like a green fragrance. It doesn't really reveal that. Again, these are all sleight of hand, these fragrances. They're very contemplative. They're very moody, and I really like that. And I feel like I need something like one of these. So I'm going to keep exploring this house. But the closest one for me that I would get is Absent Presence so far. Very, very good. I immediately like this one. I feel like a lot of you are going to like this one first. If you're just looking for like, I guess it's like the perfectly balanced one in their set here. Like it's like not too crazy. It's not too daring, but it does give you a Beaufort London experience. Very good. Very, very good. Like I'd say Absent Presence is probably going to be the one that doesn't like really impress you guys like crazy, but I do really like it personally for me. It's very nicely done and it has a very easy to understand kind of image that comes right away. You don't have to like think too much. It's like, boom, you're there. You're right where they wanted to put you. Let's check out Acrasia. Now Acrasia I'd say is the feminine one in the set. It does this ambery floral thing, like in a dark rose kind of way, like not like a identifiable rose either. Really beautiful on the rip here, on the first spray. That opening is very, very nice. It's almost like a fruity floral amber fragrance, but it gets dark very quickly. It gets like denser as you're going, and then it's like this super dense, almost like Francesca Bianchi's kind of fragrances. I do get a little bit of that with this one. It's almost in that zone of those Francesca Bianchi fragrances. I have the sample set with like 10 or 12 of them. This one, if it was snuck in there, I wouldn't be able to tell it wasn't from Francesca, like personally, because she does have this range, but you could tell they're all sort of related. It's that amber and the way she puts ambers with the florals. Something about that really reminds me of this. I think this will fly under the radar, but it is like a very gothic, rosy fragrance. But the rose is like darkened. It's like muted. It's not a really, you can't really tell it's like super rosy. It doesn't do a spicy rose thing like Black Orchid does. But I feel like this is definitely way smoother than something like Black Orchid. It doesn't have any spice popping out. It has nothing to me like spice. If there is spice in this, it's really rounded and it's just giving like brightness to the angles on this. I do get a dark, fruity, boozy, rose-centric, amber-centric, warm smell, but it is still very dark, not really smoky, more of a sweet fragrance. Very dense, like very, very dense. And from my wearing on this, it was actually a pretty good performer. It was going all day, even like 1, 2, 3, 4 on my shirt that's over there. Yeah, it just carried for hours and hours and hours and hours, like 6 hours. I was still getting it. The same kind of experience the whole way through. It didn't really change on me. Like once it's done opening and it goes right into dry down, you're gonna get like this same kind of samey dry down on the way in. Warm texture here, very nice. Not too floral at all, not too ambery. You really can't pull them apart. It's very like cohesive, like a combined smell. Really good. Acrasia. That was supposed to be, I guess, a sorceress or a witch that they were trying to get after. I thought it was going to be a little bit more extreme, a little bit more haunting. I do get it, the imagery behind that, but it didn't really nail it for me too much. I was excited for that one because I thought it was going to really, really capture that. I feel like this house can do that. If there's any house to capture that kind of a thing, that mythic kind of gothic, overgrown vines, like ancient stone, shadows, abandoned places, mansions near the sea, waves crashing on rock, violence, smoke, whiskey, booze, pirates, all of that. I feel like this house is just really right on with that. And the last one to check out here is Iron Duke. Iron Duke is actually a wearable fragrance. I was a little bit curious when I first smelled it because I couldn't help but get like this urinal smell right away, like an actual urinal. And guys, I clean those, so I know what they smell like. You get a bit of that right here, right off the rip. Animalic, urinal, musky style of sweaty musk. The woods in this are way distant but ever present. I feel like they are supporting everything. There's this tobacco that comes in right after that opening. A tobacco starts to show its face, but the tobacco is like muted again. It's very blended into one thing that's hard to pull out these different little pieces. So in a way, you have to search these fragrances. They don't just like everything comes to you at once. For me, as you're wearing it, different pieces of it hit you and you start to understand it differently. Apparently the brief on this was a historical figure riding a horse, and it's supposed to be the smell of like the horse and the guy. I feel like it's like a classy horse though, not like a wild horse. I feel like it's more of like the leather seat meets the person on top, meets the tobacco. There's a boozy nose feel on this. There's a dark woods feel, which I'm not sure where that comes from. I feel like the booziness and the dark woods are just like one and the same. Really interesting fragrance that I liked. Some of the notes I took on it when I first smelled it were nice opening, bright, a little pissy, it comes alive, animalic, mentholic. Yeah, I could see that. It had like a minty mentholic kind of twist to it, but really it's a feel more than an actual smell. Tobacco, leathery, but brown leather, and it sweetens and softens as you wear it. Yeah, like that sharp kind of pissiness goes away a little bit and it starts to sweeten. This is a nice fragrance. There's a little bit of a smoky touch. Maybe it's just the leather, kind of. But it's not one of those leathers that's like a black leather. It's like a brown leather, like very light brown, smooth, almost like a suede. More in the suede category, that smooth kind of texture. It's not really like a cowboy boot smell at all. Very nice, pretty refined fragrance here. Mature, I'd say, and definitely evocative. They did set out for a specific image with this one, and I do get it. So I'd say, in a recap, this house is very metal. That's why I wore a Gate Creeper shirt. I feel like they really capture something a little bit different, a little bit more on that extreme music side of things. This is like extreme fragrance. It's not out of hand though, and there's nothing immature about them. They actually feel really deliberate, really well executed. Nothing is outright standing out. Nothing is too absurd. I feel like the entire mix itself gives you the absurdity. Like sometimes, I feel like if I was a perfumer, like I might just make something that has like really standout, bold, one note that's just sticking out. But again, like there's really nothing sticking out of these. They're very round, even though they are extreme and they are trying to capture something. I'd say Absent Presence, I really liked right off the rip. That one's probably my favorite one out of the whole set, and I know that's maybe the least challenging one out of the whole set. I feel like that's the entry fragrance for this house. I'm really looking forward to trying Fathom 5 because I really like Mega Mare, and I'm starting to get into those fragrances. I got Acqua di Sale, I like that too, but that's, I feel, a whole different ball game. That thing plays its own game. I really want to try Fathom 5. I really want to try Cape Wrath from Beaufort London, and I really want to try Pyroclasm. It just sounds like ridiculous fragrance. I'm super looking forward to more of these Beaufort fragrances. I do like them a lot, and I'm contemplating now. I'm going to sample more of them, guys. I'm going to contemplate which one I'm going to get, but I'm definitely getting a fragrance from this house or two. I have to have one or two of them. I don't have anything like this, and I feel like if you're a collector and you're a little bit bored of what you're doing, or you're just tired of the same old thing, get this sample set from Beaufort and it'll take you somewhere different. All right, that's all for today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.